host of the Gridiron.
If he's taken and he doesn't even last 2 seasons with a team, he's a first round pick. I can see if this guy was a 5th, 6th round, 7th, 4th round, or something like that. But if this guy here doesn't even last, and he's a first round pick. Now, granted, okay, he was not picked by this regime. This regime came in and he was already with, there's Ron Rivera, and I can't remember whoever their GM was. They picked this guy. And this guy was picked before Banks was taken. But I mean, he didn't even, I think he was number 16, I think he was overall. Didn't even last 2 years. I mean, wow. Whew. I can't see anybody picking him up right away because, as it says in this article here, they'll probably wait from the clear waivers, then he becomes like a free agent, right? And then I think maybe somebody it might be the same thing with like a Daniel Jones kind of thing. They can get him, maybe throw him on the practice squad or something like that, maybe. Because he's, if somebody goes right out and I think gets him, I think they're on the hook for, I think, like his salary. And, he may not be worth what his rookie salary is, but let's see here. Should the Giants take a chance on recently released former first-round pick? Emmanuel Forbes might intrigue the Giants, who could use cornerback depth. Yes, they could. Not even 2 years after drafting, number 16 overall, the Washington Commanders have given up on Emmanuel Forbes, waiving their 2023 first-round pick. Now, once again, the regime that's in there now, it was Martin Mayhew and Ron Rivera. GM Martin Mayhew and Ron Rivera, the head coach. So they should drafted Forbes for the Commanders, but obviously they're not with the Commanders anymore. So should the Giants, badly in need of young talent and depth in their secondary, take a flyer on Forbes? Let's not make Forbes out to be something he hasn't been. He hasn't been good with Washington. No, his missed tackle percentage is absolutely freaking atrocious. His missed tackle percentage in college was absolutely freaking atrocious. He played 14 games as a rookie, starting in just 6 of them. He was picked number 16. Right? They did not have a phenomenal defense last year, right? And he was only able to start 6 games for him. He had 103 passer rating against them and a 15.7 missed tackle rate. He had an abominable 30% missed tackle rate this season. Horrible. The new GM, Adam Peters, and defensive-minded head coach Dan Quinn had little use for Forbes. A beanpole. This guy, I thought Cordell Flott was thin. This guy is even thinner. He's at 6 foot tall and he's listed at 180 pounds, but who measured 166 pounds at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine. 166 pounds. Whew. Forbes played in just 6 games at 1 start for Washington this season. He had played only 8 defensive snaps since week 8. His first-round pick. In the past month, he's played 8 snaps. It's almost kind of like I'm thinking about like with Isaiah Simmons. It's like why is this guy? This guy's a phenomenal athlete. You just not find a spot for him. Giants have Deonte Banks taking 8 picks after Forbes, Cordell Flott, and Drew Phillips as their starters. They have nothing though behind the trio that could comfortably go forward with in 2025. Veteran Adoree Jackson probably won't be back next season. It was a surprise he was back this season. Trey Hawkins is usually inactive. Art Green and Greg Stroman are really practice squad players. So I'm sure we're going to have different guys on the practice squad next year and all in the ring. Should we take a chance on Forbes? Of course, we had McCann, right? But we want to let him go. Claiming Forbes on waivers would mean the Giants would be on the hook for whatever remains of the final 2+ years of his fully guaranteed $15 million rookie contract. So if the Giants are interested, the more likely path would be signing him as a free agent after he clears waivers to avoid taking on his rookie contract, which is kind of like what the Vikings did with Daniel Jones. If they got him before he cleared waivers, they'd be on the hook for the rest of his salary for this season. But he cleared waivers, and then they were able to grab him, throw him on the practice squad, where they don't have to pay him the rest of his salary this season, which was almost like $12 million from the Giants. Now, whoever wrote this article, let's see, said Forbes was my 9th-ranked cornerback in 2023. So it's correct to assume that I thought the Commanders overdrafted him to a degree. A year and a half later, things have unfortunately played out in ways that would seem to confirm it. But what was interesting about Forbes' college tape was that he had more on the ball then than he does now. And some of the flaws that have shown up in the NFL were not there in college. I do think that with the right situation and the right combination of defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach and teammates could put a change into Forbes and make him into more than what he is today. But now the pressure is on Forbes to prove that he's more than just another name in a long line of recent first-rounders who just didn't work out in the nation's capital. Would Forbes be worth a flyer for the Giants as a free agent? Now, let me just show you here. If I share my screen, get Forbes up here. Share the screen. There we go. Oh, there he is. Okay. Now show you Forbes's from what he's been doing in the pros here. His senior season in college, his grades were good, but if you look at the missed tackle rate, I mean, oh my God! I mean, the Giants. That one of the biggest, they've had a bunch of problems, especially on defense. One of them is missed tackles, and Forbes fits right in there. Oh my God, wow! But if we look here, right? This is senior season 2023, 2020. I'm not bad. 2022 senior season, Mississippi State, right? So if you look here, right, he's grading out at 87 overall. His 87.8, his run defense 81. Tackling 67.7, but his coverage grade was almost a 90. Fantastic. Now, he got some. He went up against LSU, right? He went up against Malik Neighbors, right? He went up against Alabama, went against Georgia. Although you look here, you see when he went up against Georgia, his coverage. When he went up against elite guys like a Malik Neighbors, look, his coverage grade was only 56. Right, when he went up against lesser teams like East Tennessee State and Ole Miss, he's grading out at 78, 79. Against Arkansas, he graded out at 91. But when he went up against Georgia, his coverage grade was a 55. When he went against Alabama and their great wide receivers, his coverage grade was a 64. Right, against Georgia, his overall grade was a 52. So when he played against, like a Bowling Green, right, his grades weren't too bad, Against upper echelon talent is where he's maybe seen some of his deficiencies. But if I scroll over here, you look at his missed tackle rate. He missed 14.6% of his tackles, according to PFF. That's all I'm going by because that's all I have to go by, right? So he missed 14.6, which is not very good. I mean, it could be a little bit better. But if you look here, right, in 2021, he graded out at 75. In 2022, 2020, he graded out at 67. So each year he got a little bit better, which is cool. That's what you want to see. But let me slide this over here. Whoops. There we go. Right. Once again, his missed tackle rate, right? His first year, he missed 8 tackles. It was 16%. He missed 20% of his tackles in his second season. He missed 13 tackles. So it's 20%. So, but then if we go here to the pros, NFL, we'll go to 2023, we'll go here, All right, now, the same thing. Which year is this? What did I do? Oh, this is last season. Okay, last season, right? Notice his missed tackle rate, almost 19%. He's missing almost 1 out of every 5 tackles. That's not good. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Now you'll see his tackling grade here, 27, a 24, a 44, a 28. I mean, just very, very bad. But you see last year his overall grade was a 50.9. His run defense, 28.4. Tackling, 41.9. His coverage grade is a 57.6. I mean, not phenomenal. Then you look, okay, let's go to 2024 this season, and you'll see he hardly played at all, right? Grand total of 108 snaps this season. 108. A first-round pick number 16 the year before, played a grand total of 108 snaps for you this season. Now you look here. Missed tackles. He missed 6 tackles. 46.2%. He apparently, according to PFF, he had 3 solo tackles, 4 assisted tackles, and 6. So he had, according to PFF, he had the opportunity to get either making solo or assisted 13 tackles. He missed 6 of the 13. So he missed 46% of his tackles. I mean, and that's one of the last things the Giants need. Right? But you'll see here, right, his defensive grade. Once again, this is just by PFF. They have their own grading system, right? But 35.4. His run defense, 33.9. Tackling, 24.9. I mean, these are almost look like Evan Neal grades from Evan Neal when he was a rookie. I mean, just atrocious. His coverage grade, 38.1. I mean, just absolutely horrible. Once again, taking a flyer on him, right? I mean, the guy is really small. I mean, I look at like Cordell Flott, and I'm like, damn, that dude's. I'll tell you what, Cordell Flott's had himself a nice season though for the Giants. Very, very good. But once again, he's so thin too. But you look at Emmanuel Forbes, that guy's, oh my God, that guy looks like a toothpick, really. But if he clears waivers and you can get him on maybe with the right defense coordinator, maybe get Jerome Henderson working some of his magic with him, right? Is he ever going to be a shutdown corner? No, absolutely not. But can it be maybe some depth for the Giants, maybe going forward? A young, let me say, what? He is 23. He'll be 24 in January. So once again, he's young, right? 24 years old, right? In January. So, Mini J-Man. Oh man, he's. I mean, there was a picture of him. He looks like, oh my God. Well, he said that he's listed at 180 pounds, but at the combine he was 166 pounds. It's like, wow, my God. I mean, he's. I don't know if he's just too afraid to really get in there and mix it up because he's afraid of getting hurt. Because you figure, I mean, if he's 160 pounds, 170 pounds, he's got guys pulling guards and stuff. They're almost twice his weight. So maybe he's just too afraid to get in there and mix it up. Maybe he's worried about getting injured. I don't know. But, I mean, obviously the best thing to do, I mean, the way he's played is that, I'm sure that all the teams are going to let him clear waivers, and then maybe somebody will try to bring him in and maybe stick him on the practice squad and whatever, maybe elevate him a couple times, keep him on the practice squad. And then maybe after the season's over with, if he's a free agent or whatever, then I guess maybe they can maybe start work out some type of deal with him or whatever. But I mean, he might be worth a try. But I mean, his missed tackle rate is absolutely atrocious. All right, guys, been 1 hour and 25 minutes. Vinny G-Man, thank you, brother. Creative Solutions, Matt Newsom. Thank you, guys. Thanks for staying up late with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So, whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.